Okay, we are actually back to our business economics tutorials. Are you okay? Previously on managerial accounts, we are now moving to business economics. Okay, the topic for today is taxes. Are you good? People normally get confused when they are solving questions which involve tax. Are you good? So let me just give some brief explanation about taxes and let's call it a day. Are you good? So let's start. Okay, with taxes. With taxes, a tax is imposed, are you good? Whenever there is tax provided in a question, tax is imposed, are you good? But tax being imposed affects what? The supply what? Function, are you okay? And with tax, we subtract, with subsidy, we add. Do you get the difference? So, tax is minus. We have subsidy. Subsidy, we add. Do you get the difference? With subsidy, we grant subsidy, we don't impose subsidy. Are you okay? With tax, we impose tax. Tax is what? Negative. Tax we subtract. Subsidy we add. Do you get the difference? Okay, so let's take this function. QD is equal to 2p minus 30. QS is equal to 4p plus 20. Okay. We now have what? Tax. We also have what? Subsidy. Tax we subtract. Subsidy we add. You get the difference? Okay. We have our demand function to be QD is equal to 2p minus 30. QS is equal to 4p plus 20. Are you okay? Someone might ask, okay, why do that with the demand function? This side is minus, but the supply function, this side is plus. It's just simple. This side is minus because demand has what? A negative relationship between quantity demanded and price of that commodity. Are you good? Okay. With supply, this side is positive because supply has what? A positive relationship between quantity supplied of a commodity and price of that commodity. Are you good? So let's see how we are going to go about if tax is imposed. Are you good? And subsidy is granted. Are you good? Okay. Whenever there is an imposition of tax or subsidy is granted, it always affects only the supply function. This get a difference. Whenever there is tax imposed or subsidy granted, they always affect the supply function. Are you good? Okay. Tax or subsidy affecting the supply function is just simple. But take note, whenever tax is affecting the supply function or a subsidy granted is affecting the supply function, it's affecting the supply function, the price side. Get a difference. So with the supply, let's move to the side. Let's do a tax. Tax we subtract. So we have QS 4p plus 20. I go. Okay. Tax affects what? The supply function. Like someone might argue that okay, why are you not using the demand function but you're using the supply function? I'm using the supply function because whenever there is tax imposed or there is subsidy granted, they always affect the supply function. I go. So let's move on. Okay, so tax we subtract. So we substitute p minus t in place of p. So we have q is equal to 4p plus 20. We substitute p minus t in place of p. I agree. Remember it's tax 5 cedis. We are subtracting. Tax we subtract. Subsidy we add. So q is equal to 4 in brackets p minus t bracket close plus 20. 4 times t 4p. 4 times t minus 40 plus 20. I agree. So where t, which is tax, is what? 5 cedis. So QS is equal to 4p minus 4. What is the t? 5. There's it. 20. QS is equal to 4p minus 4 times 5 is what? Minus 20 plus 20. We have QS is equal to 4p. I minus 20 plus 20 is 0. So this becomes your new supply function as a result of tax. So this is the tax approach. Whenever there is imposition of tax in a question, next time we go about it. Let me show you the subsidy approach also. So subsidy. With subsidy we add. So subsidy. The same, let's say subsidy, the same thing. Let's take subsidy 2 cents. Let's take subsidy to 2 cents. It still affects what? The supply function. So Q is equal to minus 4p plus 20. Okay, so we substitute p plus s in place of p. So Q is equal to what? Minus 4p. But remember it's what? A subsidy, I. So p plus what? S plus 20. Where S, which is the subsidy, is what? 2 cents. So QS is equal to what? Minus 4 times P. It's minus 4P. I. Okay, you let me do this way. QS is equal to minus 4. P what? X. X is what? 2 plus 20. We have QH to what? Minus 4 times P. Minus 4P. Minus 4 times 2 becomes what? Minus what? 8. Negative 4 times 2 is negative 8. So negative 8 plus what? 20. So QS is equal to what? Minus 4. Let's use the curve. So minus 8 plus 20. What will you get? 12. So 4P plus 12. So this becomes your new supply function. As a result of what? Subsidy. So basically, this is the difference between a tax and what? A subsidy. With tax we subtract, with subsidy we add. Both the tax and the subsidy all affect what? The supply function. But the supply function, which side is the tax or the subsidy affect, like being affected? It affects the P where the price is. So with tax we subtract, it's what? P minus T. With subsidy we add, so it's what? P plus what? S. S stands for the subsidy. Subsidy granted in this question is what? 2. So there is the tax approach, there is also the subsidy approach. Okay. With taxes, we also have consumers' share of tax. We also have police's share of tax. They can be grouped into 2 ways. You have welfare of economic agents. We also have agents' share of tax. Welfare of economic agent is actually different from agent share of tax. Welfare of economic agents and agent share of tax all those with what? Consumer share of tax and what? Producer share of tax. Or consumer and what? The producer. The way we are going to calculate for welfare of economic agent is actually different from the way we are going to calculate agent share of tax. So you basically say welfare of economic agent is different from what? Agent share of tax. Or welfare of economic agent is not equal to what? Agent share of tax. So let's start with the agent share of tax. How to go about it? So we have agent share of tax. Okay. So with the agent share of tax, you have what? Producer. You have what? Consumer. Okay. So we have consumers' share of tax. Okay. With consumer share of tax, it's your new equilibrium price as a result of what? Tax or subsidy minus what? Old equilibrium price. So we have new equilibrium price minus old So that is the formula for consumer share of tax. New equivalent price minus old equivalent price. So let's move on to the producer's share of tax. With producer's share of tax, is the tax in question or the subsidy in question minus what? The consumer share of tax. So tax in question minus consumer's share of tax. So basically, the agent share of tax, you have the producer, you have the consumer. This is how to calculate for the consumer's share of tax. Your new equivalent price, which is as a result of the tax or the subsidy, minus your old equivalent price. Then the producer's share of tax, the tax in question or the subsidy in question minus the consumer's share of tax. Are you okay? So let's move on to the welfare of economic agents. So So with the welfare of economic agents, we also have what? Producer and what? The consumer. But with that one, it's what? Consumer surplus and what? Producer what? Surplus. I do. So we have consumer. Okay. With the welfare of economic agents, we have what? Consumer surplus and producer what? Surplus. Let's see how to illustrate the consumer surplus and what? The producer surplus on a graph. So we have it this way. There's your demand curve. There's your what? Supply curve. There's your what? Equilibrium what? Point. This side is your quantity, which is skill. This side is your price, which is speed. We have this side to be equilibrium what? Quantity, which is AQ. Equilibrium quantity. EQ. We have this side to be equilibrium price. So this is the illustration of welfare of economic agent being consumer surplus and what? Producer surplus. So above the equilibrium price, which is this side, let me name it. Let's say A, B, C, D. Okay. Above the equilibrium price, which is triangle what? ABC is what? Consumer what? Surplus. Above the equilibrium price, which is this side upwards, it's what? The consumer surplus. CS. Below the equilibrium price is producer what? Surplus. PS. So welfare of economic agent, consumer surplus, producer surplus. But in respect to agent share of tax, that one is what? Consumer share of tax and what? Producer share of what? Tax. So that's the difference between the welfare of economic agent and agent share of tax. So let's take an example for this and let's see how you solve it. So let's put the equilibrium price to be, let's say 40. Let's give A to be, let's say 20. This side to be, let's say 12, and the equilibrium quantity to be 5. Okay. Then we are being asked to calculate the consumer surplus or the producer surplus. So to calculate for the consumer surplus is what? Triangle what? ABC. So consumer surplus. ABC. Okay, so we have the height in between A and B to what? 20. That's it. Are you good? And we know triangle is what? Half times base times what? Height. Are you good? We have the height to be what? 20. But we don't have the base. Are you good? The base is always the initial equilibrium quantity here, which is what? 5. Are you good? So we have where B is 5, H is 20, and H is what? 20. So we have half times base 5 times height 20. 2 goes here, 1 goes here, 10. 5 times 10, 50. But we don't leave it this way. Remember it's what? A triangle. So it's what? Centimeter square. I agree. So that's how we calculate for the consumer surplus. So let's move to the producer's surplus. I agree. So the producer surplus, the diagram beneath what? The equilibrium price, which is this side. I agree. Consumer surplus above the equilibrium price, which is ABC. Producer surplus beneath the equilibrium price, which is what? BDC. Are you okay? So we have this way. BDC. We have our height to what? 40. Okay, let me take this equilibrium price, right? 40. Let me take the height to be, let's say, 10. So this side is 10. I agree. The base is still the same initial quantity, which is what? 5. So we have half times base times height. So where base is what? 5. The initial equilibrium quantity is the same as the base. So where B is 5 and H is what? 10. So we have half times 5 times 10. 2 goes here, 1 goes here, 5, right? Okay. So 5 times 5, 25 centimeters square. Right? So that's how we calculate for welfare of economic agents. Consumer surplus and producer surplus. There's the illustration for the welfare of economic agents. Consumer surplus is the diagram above the equilibrium price, which is ABC. Producer surplus, the diagram beneath the equilibrium price, which is what? BDC. This is how we calculate for consumer surplus and producer surplus. So this is all our taxes.